Naia Love Stories. Like, subscribe, and share with your family and friends. On the other side, the grassland looked greener. The higher the coconut, the sweeter the jelly. Sometimes you keep climbing for more and more, but what sweet Nanny got to go run our belly. One day, Nanny Goat was in the garden, rolling around and sniffing on the leaves. Buck Goat was down by the mango tree, grazing slowly and chewing on the weeds. The kids were playing in the grass because the yard was full of adventure, juking jankros of Jamaica and catching crabs with their colorful claw. Nanny Goat was getting hungry, and she really did feel for something sweet. She didn't like the look of the dusty grass that was underneath the mango tree. In the distance, she saw grass was greener. Eating a yard just didn't make sense. She wanted to go where the green grass was, but in the way was a barbed wire fence. Nanny Goat wanted yam the green grass. She had to taste it by hook or by crook. So she started to scheme how to get past the fence for the grass she wanted to talk. She didn't want to get scratched by barbed wire on top or get caught by dusty soil underneath. Nanny Goat was too pretty to mash up her face, and she knew God never liked ugly. She scanned the whole of her surroundings, and her eyes shone bright when she saw it. The gap in the fence at the corner, she was mager, she could slip through it. Nanny Goat had to smile up herself. When she got through, she was full of glee. She started to chew on the green grass, then she saw the coconut tree. The perfect way to clean her dirty heart and fill up Nanny Goat's belly. She decided to climb the coconut tree for cocoa water and cocoa jelly. When she reached the top of the tree, she bust one open and tasted the sweet treats. Glug, 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 she boxed down the juice, then she nam off the coconut meat. 1, 2, 3 for the best coconut she ever did eat. She sat back, rubbed her belly and said, "That did sweet me, you see?" She wanted to pick a few to eat and pack a few to save and keep. But she knew she couldn't tell the kids them. Through a true defense she did creep. So every day when the kids weren't looking, she'd sneak off to fill up her belly. She'd climb to the top of the coconut tree for cocoa water and cocoa jelly. The kids were in the ackee tree swiping rat-bat and splashing with their river mama friends. Nanny left the kids playing in the yard through their fun just never seemed to end. Nanny Goat snuck off to smile up herself and eat the grass through the fence that was green. Then she went to clean off her dirty heart with cocoa water and cocoa jelly. 1, 2, 3 for the best coconut she ever did eat. She sat back, rubbed her belly and said, "That did sweet me, you see?" The next day, the kids were playing in the yard searching for treasure lost in Savlamar. Every now and then, Nanny Goat would say, "Picnic, nobody go too far." When the kids weren't looking, Nanny Goat snuck off to eat the grass through the fence that was green. Then she went to clean off her dirty heart with cocoa water and cocoa jelly. 1, 2, 3 for the best coconut she ever did eat. She sat back, rubbed her belly and said, "That did sweet me, you see?" But as Nanny Goat was climbing down, she heard a woof and a growl from beneath. "Woof, woof, woof," barked the maga dog. One ran over, but soon there were 3. It's not that Nanny never liked dogs, she just wasn't expecting it. The barks were so loud and their teeth were sharp, Nanny almost jumped out of her skin. Then she heard a great big rumble. It felt like thunder at the bottom of her belly. Her stomach felt bad. She had to run. She knew she had to get ready. What a thing, she named too many coconuts. She really loved the coconut jelly. But she never realized that the coconuts were going to mash up her belly. Nanny Goat had to get back quick. She dashed her coconuts to get rid of them. When the coconuts fell, the dogs howled and ran. Nanny ran back to the garden. When she came back in a panic, Muck had to ask Nanny Goat, "What is it?" "When yam too much grass and coconut, my belly mash up, I want to vomit." "You bugger you," Buck laughed. The kids were confused. Why was Nanny Goat's face full of dread? Buck Goat made Nanny some hot bush tea. Then he turned to the kids them and said, "On the other side, the grass might look greener. The higher the coconut, the sweeter the jelly. Sometimes you keep climbing for more and more, but what sweet Nanny Goat a go run her belly." After that, did Nanny go back for coconuts? Nanny Goat said never again. The sweetness wasn't worth the bad belly or the runs she went through in the end. Every mickle make a muckle, every bickle make a buckle, every lickle make a lockle, you can't lose. One cocoa full basket, start with what you have, soon you'll turn ones into twos. From when Ace was really little, he did really want a muckle, even more than a dog would want a pup. He wished and hoped for a muckle, he begged and prayed when he was stuck, cause him no said him birthday a come up. The night before he couldn't sleep, he was twiddling his feet. "Me can't wait to get the muckle I wished for." But as he tore through the paper, he found out moments later what him was not even half of what he saw. It brought tears to his eyes because he thought he'd arise to something nice to celebrate his new year. His ma held him and a chuckle. Every mickle make a muckle, but that wasn't what Ace wanted to hear. Him want a muckle, not a mickle. Making a mickle from a muckle at the time just didn't seem so clear. When Ace's mother left, he sat on the edge of the bed. "How do you make a muckle from a mickle?" he said. Then a bright sparkle made a spickle, so bright that he was startled. He said, "Me, I go find one instead." "If you had a mickle, where would you find a muckle? At the shop, in the park, in the bank?" What did his mother mean, every mickle make a muckle? He thought all the thoughts he could thank. If every mickle make a muckle, he could get another mickle and have double the mickles he had before. He searched inner him root for things he'd swap for a mickle, other things him no want anymore. 2 mickles for the striped tiger, 5 mickles for the gold trombone. In the market, in the car, cause he must sell. 3 mickles for a furry monkey, 6 mickles for the grand piano, and 10 mickles for the galloping gazelle. At first it didn't go well. He even said, "Cha, why the people them not like what me I said?" As Ace hollered and a higgle, trying to sell as them a haggle, they simply walk and turn the other way. It was sad, but he believed if he got enough mickles, he'd make a muckle, so he'd come back the next day. As him go boom, he had the mickles. In fact, too many mickles in the drawers upon him shelf under him bed. He had to see the muckle maker to turn his mickles into a muckle. To the muckle maker's yard, him take the tricky trek. "How many mickles make a muckle?" Ace asked the muckle maker. The muckle maker said 164. And what the blouse and skirt, his jaw dropped to the floor because he knew he had even more. Ace left the muckle maker's yard with not only 1 muckle but 10 times the muckles he had before. His eyes gleamed bright. His mother was right. Every mickle make a muckle for sure. He couldn't wait to tell his mother so they could celebrate together. His mommy told him what she'd said before. Every mickle make a muckle, every bickle make a buckle, every lickle make a lottle, you can't lose. One cocoa full basket, start with what you have, and soon you'll turn ones into twos. When you start with a lickle and don't know how to make a lottle, you might feel overwhelmed and confused. But take it step by step, collect it drop by drop. As you go boom, you'll have an ocean to cruise. You saw blue skies with eagles, float on the moon with mongoose, and build bold castles on the Caribbean beach. When your mickles make a muckle, your lick will turn into a lottle, and there'll be no destination you can't reach. Every mickle make a muckle, every bickle make a buckle, every little make a lotto, you can't lose. One cocoa full basket, start with what you have, soon you'll turn ones into twos. Naia Love Stories. Like, subscribe, and share with your family and friends. Good food is always hard to resist, especially when the food looks shelly. Sometimes it's hard to know when enough is enough, when your eye bigger than your belly. Maya was one little picnic who yammed till her belly was stuffed. She'd always be in the people them's plate, so everyone would call her Nuff. Maya was a bum belly picnic. In her eyes, everything looked delicious. When it came to breakfast, lunch, and dinner, she was always so malicious. When it was time to yam, it didn't take much to get Maya in the mood. And one thing Maya couldn't resist was a nice little plate of party food. It was Saturday and Maya was excited. She'd been waiting for this day all week. It was the day of Brittany's party. She no say it's a go be on fleek. It wasn't because of the music, or the dancing, or the games, or balloons. Maya wanted to fill up her belly with a little Caribbean party food. As soon as she got to the party, she'd even say, "Wagwan, Brittany." She headed straight over to the food servers because it was the food she had free. She started off with the cooked meats first. The server said, "What you want to eat? Can I have jerk chicken, curry, goat, and oxtail?" The server said, "You sure, picnic?" "Yes, please," Maya said as she gave her plate, and she loaded it up with the meat. Maya dipped her finger in the oxtail gravy and said, "Me can't wait to eat." Maya was hungry. She wanted more food, so she piled up her plate to get ready. But what Maya didn't realize was that her eye them bigger than her belly. She headed over to the side dishes. The server said, "What you want to eat? Plantain festival and the beef patty?" The server said, "You sure, picnic?" "Yes, please," Maya said as she gave her plate. Her meal was almost complete. Maya sniffed the soft golden festivals and said, I can't wait to eat." Maya was hungry. She wanted more food, so she piled up her plate to get ready. But what Maya didn't realize was that her eye them bigger than her belly. There's one thing you need to know about Maya, and it probably doesn't come as a surprise. She had a sweet tooth, so after every meal, she always felt for something nice. Across from her, she saw all the desserts. They were bright, juicy, and glistening. "Come over, Yasso," they whispered to her. And little Maya was listening. She headed over to the dessert table. The server said, "What you want to eat?" "Coconut drops, torta, and bulla cake." The server said, "You sure, picnic?" "Yes, please," Maya said as she gave him her plate and he loaded it up with the sweets. Maya licked the syrup on her coconut drops and said, "We can't wait to eat." Maya was hungry. She couldn't wait and her plate was finally ready. But what Maya didn't realize was that her eye them bigger than her belly. Maya's plate wobbled when she awoke. She said, "Please don't drop on the floor." She found a place to sit down and yam. Her food was as tall as her. She took a bite out of her jerk chicken and dipped Festival in her beef patty. Then she tried some curry goat and plantain and said, "Boy, the food tastes goody." Maya dived back in for some more. She took a bite out of her oxtail. The more she ate, the more she smiled, and her belly began to swell. She tried bulla cake with butter and cheese, then she went for torta and coconut drops. She huffed and puffed as she put it in her mouth. Her belly button was about to pop. "No, sir," she thought as she grabbed her tongue. Her mom came over and said, "What do you?" "I ate too much oxtail and Festival. I can't manage. I need to doodle." Maya's mom laughed as she looked at her. This always happened, time and time again. Maya always bit off more than she could chew. She yam too much. She too craving. Not everything you see you have to yam because you might not have space for it. You can always try some food another day. Wife is today and tomorrow famine. Good food is always hard to resist, especially when the food looks shelly. Sometimes it's hard to know when enough is enough when your eye them bigger than your belly. It's part of life to have a little chores. Some will like and some will not like to do it. Some people don't like to wash the dishes, and some people don't like to brush them teeth. Some kids run away from bathing, and some kids not like to tie them shoe. Some kids not like to tidy up them room. What don't you like to do? Maya was a clever little girl. People always said that she seemed quite sweet. But Maya would try every trick in the book to get away without brushing her teeth. She loved using her imagination to look for treasures she never thought she'd find. But brushing her teeth would accidentally on purpose slip out of little Maya's mind. It was a sunny midday on Monday, and Maya was digging in the garden. Mud pie was on the menu, and in the sun, it a hard. Her ma was in the kitchen, seasoning up some meat. When she saw Maya, her spirit just told her to ask if she'd brushed her teeth. You brush your teeth from morning? Ma turned toward her and said, "Yes, Ma, I did it when you went to the shop to buy some hardo bread." "You sure?" Ma was suspicious. "Yes, Ma," was Maya's reply. But Ma was too busy. She left Maya to it. The thing was Maya alive. "Ha!" she smiled, mixing mud water, 'cause Ma believed in her sneaky little trick. Maya didn't care to brush her teeth. She wasn't bothered not one little bit. On Tuesday, it was wet and rainy, so Maya decided to stay in. She pulled out her paper, spread it on the floor, and began a pretty painting. Her ma was in the bathroom, cleaning the sink in her ensuite. When she heard Maya, her spirit just told her to ask if she'd brushed her teeth. "You brush your teeth from morning?" Ma turned toward her and said, "Yes, Ma, I did it when you were downstairs after I made my bed." "You sure?" Ma was suspicious. "Yes, Ma," was Maya's reply. But Ma was too busy. She left Maya to it. The thing was Maya alive. "Ha!" Maya smiled as she painted, 'cause Ma believed in her sneaky little trick. Maya didn't care that her mouth was musty. She wasn't bothered not one little bit. On Wednesday, the weather was warm. Maya had watermelon in the play pool. Luckily for Maya, it was summer, so she didn't even have to think about school. Her ma was in the living room, dusting the windows, the floor she had swept. When she looked at Maya, her spirit just told her to ask if she'd brushed her teeth. "You brush your teeth from morning?" Ma stopped her task to ask. "Yes, Ma, I did it when you were asleep so that I could eat my breakfast." "You sure?" Ma was suspicious. "Yes, Ma," was Maya's reply. But Ma was too busy. She left Maya to it. The thing was Maya alive. "Ha!" she smiled with watermelon, 'cause Ma believed in her sneaky little trick. Maya didn't care that her teeth felt cloudy. She wasn't bothered not one little bit. Thursday came and Maya was excited. It was the day that she would always bake. She got some frosting and sprinkles to put on top of her cupcake. Ma was in the front room, pressing pillowcases and the bed sheet. When she looked at Maya, her spirit just told her to ask if she'd brushed her teeth. "You brush your teeth from morning?" Ma stopped and called out to her. "Yes, Ma, I did before you got up when I came out of the shower." "You sure?" Ma was suspicious. "Yes, Ma," was Maya's reply. But Ma was too busy. She left Maya to it. The thing was Maya alive. Maya smiled, licking frosting, because Ma believed in her sneaky little trick. Maya didn't care that her teeth were sticky. She wasn't bothered not one little bit. Friday was Maya's favorite day of the week. It was pizza and movie night. She rolled out the dough, grated the cheese, marinade chia, pour in delight. Ma was by the front door, making sure the shoes them looked neat. When she heard Maya, her spirit just told her to ask if she'd brushed her teeth. You brush your teeth from morning? Ma hollered into the kitchen. Yes, Ma, I did it when you went outside earlier to put out the bin. You sure? Ma was suspicious. Yes, Ma, was Maya's reply. But Ma was too busy. She left Maya to it. The thing was, Maya alive. Maya smiled, spreading sauce, because Ma believed in her sneaky little trick. Maya didn't care that her mouth was rusty. She wasn't bothered not one little bit. On Saturday, Maya ate sausage bun while she stayed in her pajamas. She wanted to see how high she could build her giant house of cards. Ma was in the hallway, wiping the skirting boards down with bleach. When she heard Maya, her spirit just told her to ask if she'd brushed her teeth. You brush your teeth from morning? Ma called into the front room. Yes, Ma, when you went in the attic to clean the cobwebs with the broom. You sure? Ma was suspicious. Yes, Ma, was Maya's reply. But Ma was too busy. She left Maya to it. The thing was, Maya alive. Maya smiled, stacking cards, because Ma believed in her sneaky little trick. Maya didn't care that her teeth were all lumpy. She wasn't bothered not one little bit. On Sunday, Maya rushed outside because she heard her friends them calling. She hopped to the playground, jumped in at the middle to beat a brown girl in the ring. When she stepped in, her friends stepped back. They were snickering and laughing. Why them man look and hold them nose? Maya was wondering. Ma was in her bedroom. The day of rest in our bed she eat. When she heard Maya, her spirit just told her to ask if she brushed her teeth. You brush your teeth from morning? Ma called out the window. Yes, Ma, I did it when I woke up when you were talking on the phone. You sure? Ma was suspicious. Yes, Ma, she started to chime. But when Ma breathed a look on the kids' them faces, Ma knew she had to make time. Come here, I want to check you, Ma called into the playground. Okay, Ma, I'll be just a minute. Maya's heart just started pounding. When Maya finally came inside, her ma asked to smell her breath. No, sir, marveled as Maya opened her mouth. Her teeth were yellow. Her mouth smelled like death. Maya, you brush your teeth from morning? Ma asked Maya again. She didn't speak. She was scared she'd get caught, so she simply nodded her head. Let me see, Maya's ma asked. She got her nail to scrape Maya's teeth. As her finger ran across her gum, a pile of sludge sat underneath. Under her nail, Ma was shocked to see Monday's mud, Tuesday's paint, and then more. Wednesday's rotten watermelon, Thursday's frosting, frowsier than before. On her tongue, her ma could smell Friday's pizza and rancid chunky cheese. Saturday's sour sausage bun mixed with mutton and elbow grease. What a ting Maya had lied. You'd even brush your teeth the whole week. Maya looked guilty as she looked at her ma. In fact, she didn't even want to speak. Maya mouth stinks, you can't see the plaque. Your teeth have lumps and your tongue has gone black. Go in the bathroom and brush your teeth till they shine before you go out back. Now Maya knew why them a looked upon her. She didn't want smelly breath round her friend. From that day, she always brushed her teeth and never lied about brushing them again. Sometimes seeing is believing. Sometimes you have to try it for real. Sometimes those who know might warn us, but who not hear must feel. You may have heard some say, listen to your elders. Mama knows best cause she knows the pre. But Ace was always a curious cat and loved to test things out just to see. Some would say Ace was mischievous. Some would even call him naughty. But Ace saw himself as a scientist testing out his little theory. One day, Ace took on a challenge, seeing how far he could jump wall to wall. His ma saw him and called out to him, Ace, ma, you don't drop and fall. But Ace was a little daredevil. He thought his mother was being silly. Leaping far would test the strength in his legs and make him free like a frog on Lily. Don't worry, Ma, I'll be fine. It's really no big deal. His ma peered over and said, alright, but who not here must feel. The problem was, Ace stopped listening after he heard, alright. That was his cue to see how far he could jump with all his might. He started off with the short walls first and said, this is easy peasy. Then him take on the taller ones and took his longest leap. Yippee, he yelled as he jumped. In the air he called, I'm free! But as he approached, his foot just missed. He fell and scraped up his knee. Ow! He screamed on the floor. His ma came over and said, you see? She rubbed his knee and cuddled him. Me said, oh, no ear must feel. He came inside to clean up and put a medi wrap round his knee. He took a cold compress and said, today, playing outside enough in me. He went upstairs to his room and made a bouncy castle instead. He wanted to see how high he could jump without hitting his head. But Ace didn't own a bouncy castle, though his innovation wasn't dead. So he piled up his sheets and pillows and headed straight over to his bed. Badoof, badoof, badoing, badoing, his mother could hear in her head. She called upstairs and said to Ace, "Maya, don't break the bed." "Don't worry, Ma, it'll be fine, it's really no big deal." His ma called back and said, "Alright, but who not here must feel." Ace continued his bouncing game. Higher and higher his bounces would stack. He was dodging the ceiling every time, then two twos he heard a crack. One big bounce was all it took for his poor old leg to head through the cushions of his bed sheets and straight through the midline bed. The hullabaloo made his ma come out. When she saw him, she said, "You see?" She picked him out of the hole in his bed. Me say, "Oh no, here must feel." "Anyway, your dinner's ready. Wash your hands and come downstairs. You can sit down nicely while I get your food prepared." His ma dished rice and peas and chicken with a side of Brussels sprouts. She put down his plate, said, "Your food is hot. Ma, you don't burn your mouth." "Don't worry, Ma. I'll be fine. It's really no big deal." His ma peered over and said, "Alright, but who not here must feel." Just as Ace got a spoonful to shovel it to the back of his head, he stopped and peered over to his mom and blew the spoon instead. His ma smirked as she looked at Ace. "I see you are take time with your meal." And Ace responded, "Yes, because who not here will feel." Sometimes seeing is believing. Sometimes you have to try it for real. Sometimes those who know might warn us, but who not here must feel. Naia Love Stories. Like, subscribe, and share with your family and friends. Mai was always looking for excitement. There was nothing she craved more than fun. If she wasn't looking for her next adventure, then she'll look up to her mum. Some would say Mai was beyond her years, and that test she was top of the class. Mai liked doing what adults would do, so everyone would call her fast. Her ma was her favorite person, so she'd copy everything that she'd do. But her ma didn't want her to grow too quick, so she'd say sometimes out the blue, "Am I one of your little friends them? You think say me and you are size? Watch yourself, little girl. Don't make me have to say it to you twice." Mai never make this stop her. Her ma was a star in her eyes. She'd always sneak and dress up like her ma if the opportunity did arise. So when Ma was in the front room, trying to catch a snooze, Mai decided it was the perfect time to try on her mother's shoes. She went into her mother's closet and pulled out her favorite pair, the red and golden stilettos. She decided she go wear. She paraded around in the mirror, marching high and pushing up her chest. Who is the cutest girl of them all? And me are the prettiest? The problem was, as Maya walked, she never saw her ma's hair clip. Ah! Maya screamed as she fell. She slipped and almost bust her lip. Her ma shut up as she heard the noise. Was she dreaming or was it for real? She came and saw Maya on the floor wearing stilettos with a broken heel. Maya, what you doing with my shoes? You think say me and you a size? Watch yourself, little girl. Don't make me have to say it to you twice. Yes, Ma, Maya said as she hobbled off. Her ma was right, to Maya's surprise. She picked Ma's shoes off the floor. The shoes were big and not quite her size. Ma went back to the living room to tidy up Ace's building blocks. So Maya decided it was the perfect time to dive in Ma's jewelry box. She picked out Ma's dangly earrings and tried on her finest pearls. Maya felt like $1 million, like the luckiest girl in the world. She admired herself in the mirror. Another bracelet, oh yes, be my guest. Who is the cutest girl of them all? And me are the prettiest? As she turned around to pose, her ma's pearls caught on the door. No, Maya cried, trying to save the pearls as them a splatter upon the floor. Her ma rushed up because of the noise. She thought Maya had hurt herself. She saw Maya putting the splattered pearls back onto the shelf. Maya, what you doing in my jewelry box? You think say me and you a size? Watch yourself, little girl. Don't make me have to say it to you twice. Yes, Ma, Maya said as she tidied up. Her ma was right, to Maya's surprise. She put the jewelry back. The pearls were big and far from her size. Dad called, so Ma went back downstairs for better service. The phone break up. So Maya decided it was the perfect time to try on Ma's makeup. She started with some blush and lipstick, but only just a dash. Then she pasted on some eyeshadow and put on Ma's false eyelash. She admired herself in the mirror. Mummy's makeup makes me look the best. Who is the cutest girl of them all? And me are the prettiest? Took out Ma's expensive mascara from the shop her mummy did buy. As she plastered it on her eyelashes, she poked herself in the eye. Ow! Maya screamed as the mascara ran and her eyes began to water. Her ma rushed back upstairs to see what they'd do her daughter. Maya, what you doing with my makeup on? You think say me and you a size? Watch yourself, little girl. Don't make me have to say it to you twice. What do you mean? Maya was confused. Makeup doesn't come in a size. I just wanted to be pretty like you because you're beautiful in my eyes. Maya's mom smiled as she looked at her. She couldn't be mad when getting compliments. We are not the same age, so can do the same things. When you're older, you can, is what I meant. Maya looked sad as she looked at her mom. Oh, it takes ages. It just seems so far. Everything has its time. No worry yourself. But for now, you're perfect as you are. When you are older, you are go free to do what you want and have your little fun. But if you hurry, you won't enjoy the moment, then you'll miss the days when you were young. So for now, enjoy your age, all the things kids your age do. You don't need heels, jewelry, or makeup. You are beautiful as you. Maya never had to change herself. Her mom was right, to Maya's surprise. But she knew one day she'd be her mom's age, still perfect, but mommy's size. Thanks for watching Naia Love Stories. For more stories, subscribe to the YouTube channel and head over to Amazon for Naia Lewis storybooks. Like, subscribe, and share with your family and friends.